Today we're going to do this root touch-up with the 3D straightening method. This hair has been straightened for a year now, and she hasn't done it anymore. Look so you can see how straight it still is. We always use damp hair so you don't waste as much product. It's easier to apply, so keep 50-60% of the moisture in the hair. It just can't be dripping here. We're going to divide it into 4 parts. You can see that the hair's damp, but it's not dripping, okay? We've divided up the hair here so that we can start applying the 3D straightening method. There's no need to brush, it's just separate the strands. Here we start the application by always respecting the client's scalp so as not to cause irritation. You don't have to take a finger away from the roots because some clients have hair that's curled at the roots. Then start the application where the hair grows, respecting the scalp. Don't let the product touch the scalp. Apply, but comb through so that all the product is spread over the hair. Don't stop combing each strand. You can see that the corridor of the hair where it is white, which is the scalp, is clean. We go over both sides of the strand, pulling the product down with the comb, because we can get the product into the strand and thus get a uniform straightening. Look how beautifully that root has grown. She's a 4 or 5 fingers, and the straightening was permanent on the length that she doesn't do. Here we move on to the front part by combing, bringing all the hair from the front to the back so that nothing is left unapplied. And at the end, we bring all the hair on the forehead well back, pass the damp brush over it without too much product so that it doesn't touch the forehead, and bring all the little hairs so that the cold ones and the hair in front also have product. Because where there's no product, there's no straightening. So the application is very important for the result. Of this procedure. So make sure that all the strands at the nape, forehead, and front are applied. You can see that we didn't use much product because if you work with damp hair, you get a higher yield, and it doesn't affect the quality of the straightening because it's very thick and yields a lot. If you work like this, we leave the hair to act for 1 hour and 30 minutes. As it's very curly hair, if it's less wavy, 60 minutes is fine. Here you will remove 70% of the product, so just use water without shampoo, and you can see that the water will be clear. Then you'll remove the excess. From the product, pay attention to the color of the water. There is still product in the hair. Remove it from the forehead of the scalp, but don't remove all of it. Here, you bring the client to the chair. Wipe off all the moisture with a towel so as not to waste too much time on the hairdryer. Twist that hair. And now we're going to blow dry the 3D straight method. You don't need to brush it before flat ironing because it was done this way. Look to see that the hair has already reduced its shine, but you don't need to brush it if you want to. No problem here. We just hit the dryer. We're going to dry it 100% to flat iron it. Here we use a professional flat iron, always thin strands. We flat iron the root 10 times and then plus 110 times or 5 times, depending on the length, root, and tip. So here began a root to length touch-up. When it was straight, we flat ironed it 10 times at the roots and then another 6 times from root to tip, taking care of every corner so that the straightening was even. Perfection. And so we go through all the hair. Once the flat iron is finished, it's customary for the smooth 3DA method to finish in the wash basin with the treatment that is product 3 and 4 of the Neutralizing kit. It will neutralize, stop breakage, stop hair loss, stabilize the pH of the hair, and then we'll see with the mask here. We've washed all that hair. After cooling down with the neutralizing shampoo and then the Neutralizing mask, the Neutralizing mask will already neutralize this hair. Remove any excess chemicals and seal the hair as well. So this is a very standard procedure for us here. We're already moisturizing it. And this mask, on top of everything else, will intensify and make straightening last longer. And it's very consistent, so you can use it in other treatments too. Here, we've finished the hair and wet. Can you see the perfection of this nape? How perfect! Here, if you want to blow dry your hair, it will be straight. But if you don't use hot jets, it will dry smooth. Look at the perfection of this front, roots, nape, bangs, and now just blow dry or let it dry naturally. It lasts about 45 months, depending on the growth of the hair, but now you've hit the dryer, it's root to root, it's going to be perfectly straight. Look at the shine on this hair. It's a hair. Now it's going to be perfect and healthy. Look at this mirror and they still say it's fake news. But here I've shown you the step-by-step process, and you too can achieve the same result in your salon on the other side of the world.